What is up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with a weekly Rust update video, and boy is this a big one, so let's get right into it. The most exciting part about this week's update is this blue table in front of us. It is a research table, guys. It's akin to the research kits that used to be in Legacy if you've played Legacy, but really what this means for you is that if you find an item that you want to research, you can actually use this table to potentially acquire a blueprint for the item. So it is a default blueprint, guys, so when you go to your crafting menu, you'll notice that the research kit is actually in your default blueprints if you go ahead and take a look at it, and it's called a research table. It costs 1,500 wood, 1,000 metal fragments, and you have to have a repair bench as well. And so the resources for the repair bench would be an additional 500 wood and 1,000 fragments. So that's what's needed to craft it. So if you craft the item and you want to research something, for instance, we'll try to research the C4 here. We'll drag it into the research table, and it tells us that we need the resources that we would need to make the explosives itself just to research it. And there's a 30% chance of success. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to research that. And it takes about 10 seconds to do so. So you'll notice there's a timer on that. It's counting down. And guys, these numbers are likely going to be tweaked, but this is the way it looks right now. So we failed to research that item. We heard it break, and the item, guys, has a chance of either breaking completely, which it did in this case, or it can go down to 0 durability. We lost that C4 charge. That was a risky move. Let's try it again. We have enough to try one more attempt. Again, it's a 30% success rate, so we'll go ahead and we'll see if we make it this time around. Now, to research an item, guys, it does cost 10 paper, the resources you need for the item, and you need to have the item as well. So it looks like in here we actually acquired a blueprint for the item. So we can now go ahead and we can study that blueprint, and we've now learned C4. So good stuff. Next up, guys, we have, you'll notice I'm holding here, a new addition to the game. It's called the custom SMG, or the submachine gun. It looks kind of like a grease gun from World War II or something to that effect, but don't worry if you like the Thompson is still in the game. What is the difference between the two guns? The new submachine gun holds 24 rounds, whereas the Thompson holds 20 rounds. So that's the biggest difference is in terms of the rounds. The rate of fire is different as well. We'll go ahead and compare it. We'll fire off the Thompson that we all know and love. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the new custom submachine gun. Much quicker, much snappier, and like I said, it's more of a kind of a grease gun. I'm sure there's a difference with the range, and we'll go ahead and do a more thorough test on that a little bit later, guys. The difference in terms of crafting the items, if you go ahead and take a look at it, the submachine gun costs 300 metal fragments, 100 wood, and 10 cloth, and the Thompson is 350 metal fragments, 100 wood, and no cloth. So the SMG is a little bit more resource intensive in some ways. It's a pretty cool gun, guys. I haven't tested it out in the wild yet, but it's good stuff. And next up, guys, you want to be aware of another new item that was added into the game. It's called the bean can grenade. Pretty badass looking, goes very much in the line of the aesthetic that Rust is going for, so it's really cool stuff. It's very inaccurate and it's prone to not working, so you light the fuse and it's a crapshoot as to whether or not it's going to work. So we'll go ahead and test out a few of them. Guys, also to be aware, the grenades in this patch have been buffed a little bit, so the grenade damage is said to be up about 30%. That's according to Rustified, and those guys usually are spot on with their information. So we'll go ahead and test it. We'll lob a bean can grenade inside the wooden area here, see if it actually lights. Don't hold it for too long, guys, because that fuse is apt to blow out. And I like the kind of rolling effect that it did. You probably noticed it rolled a little bit. You'll notice it did about 20 damage to the wood, so it's not super effective, but it's fun nonetheless. If you want to go ahead and craft the bean can grenade, guys, it's 50 gunpowder and it's 20 metal fragments. The other big aspect of this week's patch, guys, there's now a map in the game. It's a paper map, which is not a default blueprint. You actually have to find it, but once you find it and craft the map, you can go ahead and make a map of the world around you to sort of plot points of interest, and it's pretty cool the way it works. So you put it in your hotbar, you hit G, it has a bit of a fog of war effect. You can make different notes on the map or draw symbols, similar to how you can with artwork. So we'll go ahead and we'll test it out here. You could write a note saying, for instance, that a pretty good point of interest was on the map. So you'll notice if you go here, you could write, for instance, Fado lives here or something like that. Horrible handwriting, guys, but it's a bit difficult to master. So as you explore more of the map, more of the seed that you're on, this will expand out. It's a bit of a, like I said, a fog of war effect, so it expands out to where you traveled. Be aware, guys, if you lose the map, you're going to lose whatever annotations you've made on the map, and if someone picks it up, they're going to see what you have. So this opens up all sorts of different emergent gameplay opportunities. You could draw treasure maps, a player could find a map back to your house, you could mislead people with it. It's really cool, and I'm really looking forward to see how this plays out. The horse models are said to have increased by about 20% with this week's patch. I'm not sure that I can tell the difference, but by doing so, it's definitely going to increase the ability to shoot the horse for food, but I'm hoping that it was done to allow players to ride horses in the future. I'm hoping it was a step in that direction. So at any rate, guys, good stuff. Really hope you guys enjoyed this week's Rust update. I really enjoyed making it. This is Fado82. Peace. So go ahead and demonstrate it for the audience.
Yeah, demonstrate on me.
No, shoot it.
Yeah.
No, shoot at the trees or something. Shoot at the building up there. See how it works for the building.
Son of a bitch. Huh?
That's like no recoil, dude.
It's pretty sick, huh?
Where you shoot.
Seriously? What was it? Let me try.
Get it, dude, get it!